Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Rajon Rondo is up there with Willie Green. And it's Pierce. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Duncan in at the power forward. Now here's Rondo. There's the pass to Jefferson. Gortat with the block. Lowry passes to Magician. And there. There's the slam dunk to finish it off.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Here's Rondo. Pass to Duncan. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Love. Finished off the break. Magician's got his second basket.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22-19 away from home.
And Green gets it to go. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Gortat with his screen on Rondo. Lowry dishes to Gortat. And there's the 3-second violation. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Outside Rondo. There's the dish to Duncan. Here's Green. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Nuggets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Love right side. Fades back. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the 1 miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Now here's Rondo. Outside Pierce. 6 to shoot. Duncan, a screen. Pierce attacking. And the rejection by Love. Lowry kicks to Love. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Magician, guarded by Green. From the baseline. The Cavaliers trail by 4. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Pierce with a wide open look. They kick it out to Green. Drills the 3-pointer. Green's got 7 points in the game. Outside Lowry. To the wing right side. Love wide open. He fires. And it's off from 3-point range.
You know, the Cavs had a slow start to last season compared to how everybody thought they would play. Still, it was the best start for Kevin Love in his career and would end up being the most winning team he's played on. Says something about how long he's waited for success.
Here's Magician. Green up on top. Inside. Gortat. The shot misses. Jefferson with some nice D. And Love, who would also go on to make his first postseason appearance, played in the first round last year. It was a complete 180 for him in what he was used to at Minnesota.
And even though there were ups and downs for Love last season, you know that he must have enjoyed winning for a change. And being in the league so long without making the playoffs, he finally got a chance to play in the postseason.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Rondo on top, guarded by Jackson. Foul called on Jarrell Arthur. T.J. Warren, he's checked. In for Paul Pierce.
Into the lineup for the Cavaliers, T.J. Warren.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. They trail by 1. It's stolen by McLemore. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Outside, Green. Passes to Rondo. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Rondo's got his first bucket of the night.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Here's your Repko. And Wright kicks to Arthur. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's his first.
The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in. Warren dishes to Jefferson. And there's the feed to Ginobili. 5 to shoot. Kicks it to Rondo. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Jared Jack is checked in for Cleveland. The Nuggets have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Here's your Repko. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And, you know, for Denver, historically, they've enjoyed a lot of success for a long time. I mean, missing the playoffs consecutively might have been the wake-up call they needed to try something different going forward.
Here's Duncan. Fades and shoots. And the shot no good, a bit short. Jackson passes to Jerebko. Jackson kicks to Wright. Dishes it to Jerebko. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Turkoglu's checked in for Denver. Vasquez comes in for Jackson. And Cleveland also making a change. Patterson's checked in. Jack dishes to Ginobili. Jefferson passing to Warren. And he banks in the layup. Warren's got his first points of the game.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And that does it for the first quarter. Nuggets lead by 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
They've got McLemore. Kevin Love out there with Steve Novak. Then it's Turkoglu. And it's Vasquez in at the guard position. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Novak kicks to Love. That's good from 17 feet away. Love's got the lead up to 7 now for Denver.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Oh! Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Vasquez kicks to Love. The wing jumper off target.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Boy, I love the great assist that time by Jack.
Jared Jack.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
A different look for Denver. Gortat's checked in for Turkoglu. Magician comes in for McLemore. And it's Jackson in for Vasquez. Cleveland also making some changes. Paul Pierce is checked in for T.J. Warren. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jarrett Jack. And he gets it to go.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
There's the bucket. Good. Serafin's got 4 points this quarter.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Count the bucket. 8 points for Magician.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And that is good.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Gortat with a screen on Green. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he rips it down.
Patterson dishes to Rondo, and stolen by Love. And here they come. And stolen by Patterson. And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Rondo. For Denver, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Love. Green comes in for Steve Novak. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Jackson. Al Jefferson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Duncan comes in for Patrick Patterson.
And watching Al Jefferson over the years, he can be dominant and be efficient in doing it. For all the points he's piled up, he's always been around a 50% shooter And for all the times he's handled the ball, his turnover rate is relatively low. So that's giving your team good quality possession.
Talking about Jefferson, it's not just his efficiency with the scoring. He's efficient, Clark, with his time on the floor. He's always producing a block shot here, a steal there, of course. All the rebounds, he covers every base.
Yeah, the data analytics folks rely on percentages to measure efficiency. But just as important as overall production per minutes played, Big Al excels there.
Here's Arthur. Back to Gortat. It's stolen by Rondo. It's Pierce with the drive. And the foul called on Darrell Arthur. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And the Nuggets making a change here. White's checked in.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
Magician passes to Arthur. They kick it out to Green. Pass to Magician. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. A shot by Lowry, no good.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
The shot by Rondo is no good. Denver in the lead. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. And the dunk by Arthur.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Jefferson, a screen on Lowry. Rondo kicks to Jefferson. Clock at 6. Here's Duncan. Arthur grabs the board.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over.
Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
From deep, Green on the wing. Green. Screen by Duncan. Rondo kicks to Duncan. And here's Green outside.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Urebko's checked in for Arthur. And McLemore's subbed in for the Magician. And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession. And the Nuggets with some changes. Hito Turkoglu's checked in for Green. And it's Vasquez in for Kyle Lowry. And Cleveland with a change here too. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Furkan Oldemir. And Jack, here we go. And there's the call on Brandon Wright. That's his first foul. "17 seconds left in the second quarter. Jack dishes to Patterson. And Udrich kicks to Patterson. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Patterson's got his first points in this one.
Well, he doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the basket.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Nuggets ahead. They're up by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Now on the court, your very own
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. One guy who's been getting it done is Magician.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. One guy who's been getting it done is Magician.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
So on the floor for Cleveland, they've got Ginobili, Udrich out there with Jarrett Jack. Then it's the Machine, and it's Serafin in at the 5 down low.
And guys, the first year for David Blatt, he was second-guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
Ginobili the pass to Serafin. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. At the elbow, Jack. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And for Black, Greg, everyone did wonder if he would be the right fit early. As the season wore on, the Cavs got tougher. Those questions, Clark, went away.
Yeah, and I think most people forget that he's an iconic coaching legend overseas.
Good point, yeah.
So coaching is coaching. Sure, it's not the NBA, but this guy brought a pedigree and resume that was quite substantial.
There's the pass to the Machine. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Love dishes to Lowry. And that's a foul called on Beno Udrich. That is his first foul of the game. And Cleveland making a change here. Rondo's checked in.
And for Kyle Lowry, a guy who just has an unbelievable nose for the basketball, the triple-double comes naturally to him now. Top 10 in the league the past 2 seasons. In his short time with the Raptors, he's already their career leader in that category.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Getting back to Kyle Lowry, the reason he's always a triple-double threat, Clark, because of his great work on the glass for a guard. Tough, strong, relentless, and committed to getting rebounds.
He's got the attitude of a power forward, even though he is a point guard. That's why he's one of the best rebounding guards in the league. It's his mentality.
Ben McLemore, he's checked in for the Magician. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Al Jefferson's checked in for Kevin Serafin. Duncan comes in for the Machine. Pierce is checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Green in for Udrich. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Rondo kicks to Pierce. And there's the 3-second violation. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Lowry passes to Gortat. It's stolen by Green. Down low. Can't get it to go.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only 1 make on 5 tries so far in the second half.
For 3, Love. Good. Love's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Once again off the mark by Cleveland. The Nuggets leading by 8. McLemore with the ball. Now Pierce defending. Lowry dishes to Love. 6 to shoot. Back to Lowry. Unloads. And that one hits back iron. The Cavaliers trail by 8. It's stolen by McLemore. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Good on the shot. Lowry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Jefferson, a screen on Lowry. Rondo kicks to Jefferson. Here's McLemore. Green with the block. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And the Nuggets with some changes. Wright, he's checked in. For Gortat. Jerebko comes in for Green. And it's Jackson in for Kyle Lowry. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Rondo passes to Jefferson. Back to Rondo. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Rondo's got 8.
Works that one inside nicely.
Jackson kicks to Love. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch 4 was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a 3. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
Your Nuggets dancers!
For Denver. Vasquez comes in for McLemore.
Vasquez.
The Cavaliers trail by 11. With the stretch 4 and the need for shooting at the position, they don't need to be a three-point threat, but they do need to be able to hit a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, well said. I think you need to have guys that can make perimeter shots to create spacing. The game's evolving to a space out the floor type game, and shot making gives you a chance to do that.
Rondo dishes to Duncan. And he gets it to go. Duncan's got his first bucket of the night.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Suns in Phoenix. Now here's Vasquez. He's covered by Rondo. Here's the screen. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul.
And Vasquez, guys, remarkable consistency over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, his three-point percentage went up a little bit, Kevin, but that's about it. I mean, it's possible. We just need to accept that this is who he is. I mean, he's a good playmaker. He plays with great enthusiasm and energy, and we need to leave it there. Don't expect much more than that.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And talking about Vasquez, guys, good size for a point guard. Solid ball handler and playmaker when he's put in that role. But he needs the ball to be truly effective. And last season, the ball belonged to Kyle Lowry.
And for Vasquez, he doesn't have the foot speed to track opposing point guards. He tries to compensate with good use of angles, but he did do a solid job defending the pick and roll last season, using his superior size and anticipation in that area. They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Bono Ginobili, he's checked in for Patrick Patterson. Green kicks to Ginobili. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
A good night so far for Green. He has 11 points and 1 steal as well.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end.
There's 47 seconds left here in the third quarter.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
A different look for Denver. Steve Novak comes in for Darrell Arthur. And Magician subbed in for Vasquez. Then for the Cavaliers, the Machines checked in for Duncan. And Jared Jack is subbed in for Green.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
The drive by Rondo. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official. Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
And that helps, Clark. They've got extra trips to the foul line, and they need that to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Denver. Here's Magician. Here's Wright. Tries again. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Oh, the officials are all over that
one. Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Good on the second free throw. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nuggets lead by 14. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. They've got Gortat. Lowry out there with the Magician. Then it's Green. And it's Love in the power forward position. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Certainly that shot well within his range.
I would hope so.
And especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
Here's Udrich. Got a hand on it.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Here's Magician. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And what a tremendous game for a Magician. He's got 16 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
Patterson, he's checked in for Cleveland. It's Pierce on the wing. Passes it to the Machine. To the inside. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Marcin Gortat.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas, high basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
He hits the second from the line. And going back to Patterson for just a moment, he's been lauded for his mature approach. Ever since high school in West Virginia, he was involved in a highly publicized recruiting battle between Florida and Kentucky, ultimately choosing the latter.
Yeah, and you know, the part of his game, Kevin, that he's really worked on is his ability to face up and shoot. Really starting to evolve into a guy that can space the floor, that space force. And when he's hitting that jumper at a high percentage, I think his value to the team goes up exponentially.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And guys, a lot of problems for the Nuggets last year. Ended the season with a 30-52 record and really struggled even against the Eastern Conference.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Green's checked in. Inside. Gortat with the block.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And for the Nuggets struggling against the East, something they aren't used to doing. They usually pile on the wins when they take on that conference.
Yeah, typically that's the case, but the Nuggets won only 11 games against the East, tied for second lowest amongst Western Conference teams. That's the first losing record against the East for the Nuggets since 2004.
And here's the fast break. Udrih leading the way. And another miss by Cleveland. Denver leading by 21. Here's Magician.
And one thing about the NBA, there are a ton of siblings currently playing in the league. Some on the same team, some on opposing sides, but there must be over a half a dozen sets of siblings.
Here's the floater. And the Nuggets pushing it up now for the finish. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
As you said, Greg, there are a ton of sibling pairs in the NBA. Even more, Clark, if you include the D-League.
Well, you start with the Plumlees, the Gasols, the Teagues, Zellers. For twins, you have the Lopez twins, Morris twins, the Zellers, Gasols, Teagues, Steph, and Seth Curry. Count two with the D-League.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Offensive rebound. And here's Green outside. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
He kicks to Udrih. Tries to snap the cold streak. The rebound by Kevin Love.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Here's Udrih. And good on the basket. Book it.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy's just too much speed.
Magician passes to Gortat. Here's Magician. Back to Gortat. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about it is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in-depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Then for the Cavaliers, Al Jefferson is checked in for the Machine. Duncan comes in for Patrick Patterson. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Udrih. It's stolen by Vasquez. Here's Jackson, and he jams it with authority.
And from an offensive standpoint, they have just been stellar.
Yeah, really good. I mean, extremely well coached, fluid, efficient. Man, it's been a lot of fun to watch. The points just keep piling up because they've been such a well-oiled machine.
.146 left in the fourth quarter. Feeds it to Urebko. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Rondo against Jackson. Rondo drives in. They kick it out to Green. Lets the three fly. Again, Duncan missing.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Pass to Urebko. Here's the three. Shot is off. And Cleveland the other way now.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nuggets.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Magician. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Arthur's checked in. Rondo's shot is off. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to Phoenix. And the foul called on Willie Green. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
Jackson has the open look. And the miss. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it.